before I start this video, I wanted to say happy Vlogmas Day 2 because even though this is a pre-recorded video, this empties video that you're about to see, I'm plunking it into my Vlogmas series because I didn't want to wait till the very end. Also, sorry if you hear some vacuuming. The Beau's working downstairs. Anyway, I didn't get a chance to upload this video before my Vlogmas series because I did my foundation series the previous week. So I'm plunking it in now, but I'm sure you guys don't mind because if you're like me, you love to watch empties videos, and this is a good one, I guess, because I used up quite a few things. Well, not as many things as I thought I would, but still. Anyway, enjoy the video. I'll see you guys later. Hello, so today we're going to do an empties video because it has been a while since I've done one of those, and even though I do have a few things to share with you guys, it's not quite as many as I thought I would, considering I haven't done an empties video in 4 months. But I still use some things up and I still repurchase things and bought some new things. So if you want to see what I've used up and what I've bought to replace those things, then keep watching. Let's start with body. I actually haven't used up any new hair care products because I've been trying to wash my hair less frequently, which means I use obviously less shampoo and conditioner. But I have some body oil here, or body wash, I guess. It's the Body Hero from Glossier. I really like this, and I do have another bottle, or a new bottle. I just actually picked a new bottle up, and it's just really easy. I still have my really huge tub of Eucerin shower oil, which I also really love. This one I'm actually bringing to my parents' house while I'm there for our kitchen reno. So yeah, it's just really nice and convenient. I will say that the last time I placed an order through Glossier, they didn't include the pump. So fortunately, I was able to save the pump from this bottle. But yeah, it was a bit of an inconvenience because I had already actually recycled this, and then I had to go through the recycling bin to grab the pump. I also have the Body Hero body lotion, which I also repurchased because I do like this. Usually more in the summertime because it has a bit of a shimmer to it, and I find that if you don't let the body lotion dry down, it can transfer a little bit on darker colors, which I tend to wear a little bit more in the fall. But it's still really nice and it smells good. Then I have some body oils. So you guys know I love body oils in general. My favorite is probably the Live Clean dry body oil, and the sad part is that I can only find this on Amazon. So when I went to go repurchase it, because as you can see I used 2 bottles up here, it wasn't available on Amazon. I think it was just like temporarily sold out. So I went with the Palmer's Cocoa Butter, and this one I actually also just repurchased, although the Live Clean is now available again. So next time around I'll probably repurchase the Live Clean, but it's just a really nice oil. Both of these are very lightweight oils that absorb nicely into the skin, and they both smell really nice. The Palmer's Cocoa Butter has a little bit of a stronger scent to it, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, it just has a very strong cocoa butter scent to it, which is nice too. Like I said, they're both really easy to apply, they dry down really well, and yeah, I just really like them. I like the oils especially on my tummy just because even though stretch marks are hereditary, so if you get them, you just get them, it's just genetics, it still feels really nice to put the oil on. The last thing is the L'Occitane hand cream. I had a bunch of these that I picked up, I think during the holidays last year, and I just used my last one up not too long ago, and I haven't repurchased these, but I probably would because they are really nice moisturizers or hand creams. Currently I'm using this one from Mary Kay, and I'm only using this because it was a freebie for like a charity event that I went to, and it's nice because it's fragrance free and it's pretty moisturizing on the hands. So moving on to skincare, I'll start with the cleansers and toners that I have. So I use up the Hydrabio from Bioderma. This is a micellar solution, and although I do really like the blue one, I just went back to the original one with the pink cap. They both are very effective. I just gravitated towards this one when I was repurchasing. Then we have some other cleansers here. Even though the micellar solution is pretty effective at removing makeup, I still use a cleanser afterwards. So here's the cleansing oil that I was using a few months ago. This is from L'Occitane. I've repurchased this many times, although when I was picking up a new kind of first step cleansing balm, cleansing oil, I went with the Drunk Elephant, which I am almost out of, as you can see. And I really like this product because it removes makeup really well, and I don't find that it, you know, stings the eyes or anything like that. And I also really love the packaging because of this magnetic contraption. This is a little scooper that you can use to scoop out product, and it just magnetically attaches to the lid, so I never lose it, which is perfect. And since I'm almost out of this one, I did pick up the Physicians Formula The Perfect Matcha, which is a cleansing balm also. And this packaging is obviously not as great as the Drunk Elephant, but it was also only $11 on sale as opposed to, I think, $48, which is the Drunk Elephant one. And I'm almost tempted to scoop all of the product out of here and put it into the Drunk Elephant tub. I might still do that because I really like this packaging. Both of them work pretty well though. So for a second cleanse, because I typically will use some sort of cleansing balm or maybe the Micellar solution to do the first cleanse, and then to actually clean my skin, I use a little bit more of a gentler, either cream or foam cleanser. This one's the Milky Jelly Cleanser from Glossier, which I did repurchase because I think it's just really effective. It's simple, it doesn't foam up, it's gentle, it works. So I like to have this in my makeup collection or my skincare collection always. I also use the Cerave Hydrating Cleanser, which is a great drugstore cleanser because it's gentle. You get tons of product for the money that you spend, and it works really well. I've used so many bottles of this in my lifetime, but I did want to try the Ordinary Squalene Cleanser. This is more of a cream consistency, and it feels really nice on the skin, and it's, you know, really nice gentle cleanser. I've only been using this for probably 3 or 4 weeks, and I just feel like I use so much of it that I probably wouldn't repurchase this again unless they came out with a larger tube of it, because I feel like I just go through this really quickly, and I think they might have a bigger version of this. I'm not sure if they've released it yet, but I know they were talking about creating a bigger version of this. Then I used up the Glossier Milky Oil. So this is a waterproof makeup remover, and I do like it. I mean, it works just like any other makeup remover. I mean, I obviously liked it enough to repurchase it because it's just a really nice, convenient packaging, and it's very effective and it doesn't sting the eyes. I also have a couple of other ones. I have way too many makeup removers or eye makeup removers for someone who doesn't wear a lot of eye makeup. So I have the Milky Oil, I have the Sephora waterproof eye makeup remover, and then also the Garnier Micellar water 3-in-1 cleansing water. This one is probably the most cost efficient because you get so much of it and it works really well. This one reminds me a little bit of the Lancome makeup remover, although because it is oil based, so even though this micellar solution from Garnier is kind of has that biphase to it, so you have to shake it up, it doesn't leave a greasy, oily film on the skin. I do find the Sephora one does a little bit. The Glossier Milky Oil probably leaves the least amount of film on the skin. So it's really just up to preference. They all honestly work pretty much exactly the same. And then the last two we have here are toners. So the Nature Solution toner, this one I really loved. I did repurchase this from YesStyle. It just hasn't arrived yet, but it's just really nice and gentle. I use this in the morning and in the evening because it's just that gentle. I finally used up the Glossier Solution. This one I'm not really a huge fan of. I found that on my face, it could sometimes leave my skin feeling really or looking really red, and sometimes would actually break me out. Someone told me that it was just my skin purging, but it happened very sporadically. It wasn't consistent, so it was just pretty bizarre. I did use the rest of this on the back of my arms to get rid of like any bumps that I have on my skin there, and it worked really well for that. So this one I didn't repurchase because I just don't get along well enough with it. I am currently using the Ordinary Glycolic Acid toning solution for nighttime to replace this Glossier solution. And yeah, this is just a really simple, no fuss toner. I've repurchased this many times. I'm not sure if I would repurchase it again. I kind of want to pick up a toner from Pixi next, but yeah, we shall see. Continuing on with skincare, these are the moisturizers and serums that I've used up recently. So I have a sample of the Biossance Squalane and Probiotic Gel Moisturizer. This was nice. I don't know if I would repurchase or purchase the full size of it, but it was nice. It was a really nice lightweight gel moisturizer. I prefer my moisturizers to be a little bit more creamy, but this was nice. I don't really have anything good or bad to say about it. I should have included this one with the toners. This is from Sephora. It's the Glycolic Acid Glow Peel Pads. So essentially it's a stack of pre-soaked pads, which are supposed to have some sort of formulation of glycolic acid in it. This was nice. Again, I probably repurchased this a couple of times. The only reason I didn't repurchase this again is because I have some other toners that I am using, and also I'm trying to do my part for the environment, so I'm trying to buy less of these pre-soaked pads and just using the reusable organic cotton pads that I have. I did receive the no acid pads from Indeed Labs. I haven't tried it yet. As you can see, it's still sealed, but this is that same idea. They're pre-soaked pads, although they don't have any actual active acids in it. I'm not entirely sure what is in here, but yeah, I haven't tried it yet, so I can't really tell you if it's good or bad, but I will and report back. I have a bunch of serums here from Glossier. So the Super Pure, which is the niacinamide, Super Bounce, which is the hyaluronic acid, and then Super Glow, which is the vitamin C. So over, I don't know, the summer, I think, they reformulated the supers and made them larger and also tweaked the formulation a little bit. So this is the new size. It's 1 fluid ounce, which is great because the old ones were only half a fluid size. So you're paying a lot of money for a little bit of product. So I do have all 3 of the new supers. So as you can see, the Super Glow, which I actually did repurchase because it's a really nice vitamin C. I just really like the texture of it because it's more of a serum. I do have a couple of other vitamin C's. One is from the Inky List and the other one is from Indeed Labs, but these two are more in a silicone base, and they also have a little bit more, I guess, a gritty feel to them. So in terms of texture, I do prefer the texture of the Super Glow from Glossier. I also did pick up the Super Pure and the Super Bounce. The Super Bounce is nice. I also really like the new kind of texture and formulation of the Super Bounce. The Super Pure, I'm not really loving. I don't know why. I haven't used it in a while, and there's like a white sediment building here at the bottom, which if you shake it up, it doesn't really dissolve back into the serum. It just kind of clumps up, which is super bizarre. So I don't know if I just let it sit for too long, but I'm just going to retire this. There's still a little bit of product left, but I just don't feel like this is as effective as the original formulation. So I probably won't be picking this up in the foreseeable future. I did use up the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, and this took forever to use up actually, because you only need so little of it, but I like the texture of this. It also feels really nice on the lips. Currently I'm using the agave, I think it's called Nighttime Therapy or Lip Nighttime Therapy from Bite Beauty. This also has a really nice texture to it. I feel like it stays on the lips all night long and it feels really nice, and again, a little goes a long way. I have another vitamin C product here from the Body Shop, which I haven't repurchased recently just because I have some other vitamin C products, but this is one I definitely would repurchase because the texture is nice, its scent is nice. You know, I love the vitamin C. It also has SPF, which is great. This is the Soothing Face Mist from Glossier. It's really basic. It doesn't really do anything other than kind of refresh your skin. Currently, I'm trying to use up this one from Clarins, which is the newest kind of sub-brand from Clarins. It's supposed to be a little bit more, I guess, millennial friendly, but this is the Refresh Setting Spray, which is also really nice. I think between the two, I probably prefer this one, although it is a little bit pricier. This is another vitamin C product from The Ordinary. It's the Magnesium Ascorbyl Phosphate. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but in terms of the texture, it was fine. I didn't really notice that huge of a difference. I do prefer ascorbic acid on my skin rather than, you know, this derivative. I used up a few moisturizers. This one is the Indeed Labs Hydraluron Intense Moisture Lotion. This is probably my second or third tube of this. I remember buying a couple, but then I might have given one to my mom. It's nice. It has a really nice creamy consistency, so really nice and hydrating. I also used up the Embryolisse 24-hour cream, which is also really nice. For moisturizers, I forgot to bring it with me, but I am using the Weleda Skin Food Light, which is really nice. I also have the Glossier Priming Moisturizer, which is a really nice lightweight moisturizer. This has a really similar texture to the Embryolisse, and that's why I like it. I did use up a few boosters from Indeed Labs, so the Q10 and the Collagen. I've repurchased these a couple of times, but I did want to try the boosters from Inkey List. So this is Collagen, Q10, and I guess for the price, I think they really do the same thing. Q10 is, Q10. This one was probably half the price as the Indeed Labs, and then same with the Collagen. So if I were to repurchase them again, I don't know, I probably would just go with Inkey List because they, perform the same in my opinion. I also find the packaging on the Inkey List to be a little bit more friendly. Sometimes I don't feel like the dropper is as effective at picking up product. So we have some oils here, the Kora OrganicsNon Glow Face Balm, and then also the Juno Oil from Sunday Riley. So you guys saw Sunday Riley got fined from the FTC because they were creating like fake reviews online, which makes me not want to just support the brand in general. But I can't really say anything wrong about this oil because it was really nice on the skin. It's just very pricey and I just don't feel like it did anything extraordinary, but at the same time it felt really nice on the skin. The Kora Organics Face Balm was a really great product. I just feel like you use it up so quickly that I don't feel like I'm getting my money's worth out of this. This is still probably $60 and I feel like it only really lasted me like 3 to 4 weeks. The Juno oil lasted a really long time considering it was $120 or $140. I can't remember how much. For oils though, I'm currently on a squalene train. So I have the squalene facial oil from Indeed Labs, which is really nice. I actually have a couple of these bottles because I keep one in my bathroom and then I keep one in my makeup room just because it's really nice and it absorbs really nicely on the skin and I feel like it wears well under makeup. In the evening, I've been really loving the Biossance Squalene and Tea Tree Balancing Oil. This one I actually have to repurchase, so I'll probably pick this up during the Sephora sale because I am almost out and I really love this oil. I used up a few retinols over the last like 3-4 months. We have the Retinol 1% in Squalene from The Ordinary. This is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Retinol, and then the Inkey List Retinol. Between all three of these, I think my favorite was the Inkey List just because the texture was really nice. It absorbed really nicely on the skin. In terms of effectiveness, they're all pretty much the same. Nothing really beats a prescription retinol, but these are really great just daily average retinols. So I did repurchase the retinol from the Inkey List. I just haven't opened it up. The last skincare thing is this SPF. So the Glossier Invisible Shield. Unfortunately, this is not available in Canada. I picked this up when I was in California last fall. It's about a year ago now. I picked 2 bottles of this up and I used both of them probably in the span of 7 or 8 months because they're only 1 fluid ounce each and it's a really lightweight formulation. You can just go through it really quickly. I would repurchase this again if the opportunity came up, but I would not go out of my way to pick this up. I do have a lot of other sunscreens that I have to use up. These are the ones that I just, I've had the longest in my collection, which means that I've picked them up in the last probably 2 years and they're coming up on their expiration dates. So I want to use these up. One is the Sunprise SPF 50 from Etude House. The other one is the Neod Survival 30 and then the Umbra Tint from Drunk Elephant. Okay, this is the makeup that I've been using up the last few months and I thought I would use up more, but I just haven't, even though I've been shopping my stash and trying to just use up products. This is all we got. 2 setting sprays. One is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist and the other one is the Cover FX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. I like both of these actually. I was really surprised at how much I like the Morphe one and it's one I definitely would repurchase. I'd actually probably repurchase both of these. The only qualm I have about the Morphe is that you can use so much of it so quickly, but it has a really nice spray. It does set makeup really nicely and I was really skeptical about this because it's a brand that only influencers seem to push, but it actually is a great product. Same thing with the Cover FX Dewy Finish Setting Sprays. I know this one has almost twice as much product as the Morphe, but it lasts a really long time. And I also really like the fine mist on this, although the spray on the Morphe is a bit better. I haven't repurchased a proper setting spray yet. I think I might go with the Morphe one, but currently I'm using the Tatcha Satin Skin Mist, which is okay for refreshing the skin, but not great for setting makeup. I did use up the Charlotte Tilbury Concealer, which was such a fail. If you guys saw my video about this, you'll know it wasn't my favorite. favorite. And yeah, the packaging is really grubby and gross. It has like one of those sponge tip applicators that you cannot clean. I also found that I used a lot of this product because of the applicator, because I never really knew how much I was you know, twisting up, and the product tends to dry really quickly, so you just end up using a lot more products. So I ended up using this much quicker than any of the other concealers I currently have, which I'm going through quite a few of them, but this one is definitely on my would not repurchase list. I have some brow things here from Glossier. So the Boy Brow, this is in black, and then also the Brow Flick in brown. And if you guys watched my like get ready with me video recently, you'll know that I have like mixed feelings about this. This still has a little bit of product left, although it has dried out quite a bit. But I can't get the application correct. Sometimes I can get fine lines, but it just doesn't really show up on the skin or on my brows. And then sometimes I get these like really thick, like Sharpie marks, and I don't know, not my favorite. Although I did repurchase this because I was thinking, oh, maybe it's the tip on the one that I got that was faulty, but it's just my technique, I think. I did repurchase the Glossier Boy Brow though. This is my favorite brow gel, and I've tried quite a few of them on the market recently, but this is the one I always gravitate towards. I am going to be saying goodbye to this Chanel powder. This is the Les Beiges. It came out quite a few years ago, and I still have a bit of product here, but if you guys remember, this had the 3 gradients, so it had a lighter color, medium color, and then kind of a reddish tone color here. I don't feel like alone I can get away with wearing the top shade with my skin tone, and the only ones that really look good on me is the middle and the bottom one. And then once I kind of finished that up, I just didn't feel necessary to try to finish the top part here. Plus, once you get down to the pan, this powder crumbles really easily. It's like creating such a mess even on my desk right now. But I do like this powder. I've always loved the Les Beiges powders, and if they came out with something similar to this again, I would definitely repurchase it. And then the last makeup thing I used up is this Glossier Cloud Paint, and this is really easy. This is my favorite color, I think, from the Glossier Cloud Paints, only because it's so easy to wear. You can wear it alone, you can layer it with other things, and it just gives your skin or your cheeks a little bit of a definition without being, you know, too overpowering. So I did pick that one up because it's probably my most used cloud paint. Although there are some other colors in the cloud paint range that I really love, this is probably the most wearable and the easiest to pair with any makeup look. So those were my empties over the course of the last few months. There are a few things that I'm on the brink of using up. So quite a few makeup things and also some skincare things. I'll just show you guys quickly because it is really satisfying to see pan on products, right? So one is the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, which it's kind of hard to see because there's a lot of lights in here, but I have quite a big pan in that one, which I'm very excited about. I'm almost through my Bright Future skin tint from Sephora, which I mentioned in my last Get Ready With Me video. Also, if you are wondering what I'm wearing on my face right now, this is the makeup that I did in my last video. I filmed that Get Ready With Me video before this intro outro. I just changed my sweater, which was quite an ordeal because I essentially had to put it's actually a shoe bag, but I put that over my head. Otherwise, there would be makeup all over my sweater right now, which is actually the new Glossier sweater. I purchased it from the website. I got myself one and actually my sister-in-law. I just really like it. It's actually very comfortable and it fits my bump. I don't own a lot of hoodies, but I really like this color. And yeah, it's a very soft, surprisingly. It's much softer than the gray Glossier sweater that I also really love. But anyway, yeah, so this makeup look was in that Get Ready With Me video. So if you would like to see how I created this look, then you can check that video out here. Another product I'm almost through is the Too Faced Cocoa Powder Foundation, which, as you can see, a lot of pan there. And I'm almost through the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, which also really exciting. I should bust this out more just so I can use it up because I have a lot of concealers that I need to get through. This Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder and Diffused Light just does not want to be used up. I have quite a bit of it left, and I probably should start using this maybe all over the face. I'm just using it under my eyes, and I just don't feel like I'm getting as much wear out of this as I could be. Okay, anyway, that is it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this empties video. Hopefully it won't be too long before I do another empties video, and hopefully I have those products that I just mentioned on my list of things that I have used up. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!